Let's take it up with Republican Conference Vice Chair, Georgia Congressman Doug Collins. What do you think would happen if ICE were abolished?
Well, my question to be the good senator will be, how are you going to enforce our immigration laws? You can't just have a good soundbite that looks good on the back of a bumper sticker of a car. You got to actually have a solution. Democrats have a solution, and undoubtedly that is, let's just not enforce our border and protection or immigration laws. That's what they seem to be saying.
They're really upset about separation of families, right? But they're saying, you know, the answer to that is abolish ICE. And the House passing that resolution last week expressing support for ICE officers, but 133 Democrats withheld their votes because they want to focus on separation of families. Congressman, I'd like your reaction to what former ICE agent David Ward talked about with us last week. Let's take a listen.
133 cowards couldn't stand up for what they were spouting off 2 weeks ago about trying to abolish ICE. Even though they abstained from voting, they voted against ICE. These men and women that put their lives on the line every single day going after criminal aliens in the United States and investigating child crimes from foreign nationals. This is Mariah Lopez, and this is her grandmother. A couple weeks ago, they were murdered. And this didn't happen in Syria or anywhere else in the Middle East. This happened here in Alabama. This little girl watched her grandmother be butchered by two Mexican nationals, and then they cut this little girl's head off. This is a 13-year-old child who was an honor student, and this is what the Democrats are preventing ICE from addressing.
Okay, so that story, also the abstention vote of the Democrats, 133, just voting present about the resolution supporting ICE. Will this hurt them in the midterms?
I think it will when you have people actually confront them. As long as they come up here and come onto the House floor and do their protest votes and say that they really want to find a solution. Well, my question is, where were they a couple of weeks ago when we actually had immigration legislation on the floor that actually addressed the separation issue, that actually fixed that separation issue, that actually would work toward a positive solution? Instead, they voted no, and then they come back 2 weeks later and vote present, which is very putting politics over policy. It's really, frankly, it's a gutless stand. You want to get up there and talk about how our immigration needs to be fixed, but yet you vote no on solutions, and you vote not to support those who are enforcing our laws. And you have to listen to what this ICE agent just said. It puts you in a bad position, and I don't think they're fine up here, but let them go out and have to communicate that to the moms and dads in our communities and our restaurants. We'll see how it goes then.
Okay, next case. Comedian Michelle Wolf trying to be funny, comparing ICE with ISIS. This is all for her new Netflix series. Let's take a listen. Let's watch.
It's popular nowadays to say ICE is bad, but there's no better representation of American values right now than ISIS. And as an equal opportunity employer, we accept all levels of experience and education, from low to very low, and actively welcome those with diagnosed anger issues. Take it from me, no organization is better than ISIS.
Let's take a check of the Netflix stock, closing the day in the green, up about 0.5%. Congressman, let's look at the numbers. The Obama administration arrested about 150,000 more illegal immigrants than under the Trump administration. That's in 2009. That was 2009 versus 2017. And look at the types of people being arrested by our ICE agents. 16,000 criminal child sex predators since 2003. Nearly 5,000 criminal illegal gang members in 2017. 800 of those were MS-13. 74% of all these arrests, they had prior convictions. Your reaction to all that?
My reaction is, you started out right. She tried to be funny. She's not trying to be funny anymore. She is the spokesman for the Democratic Party. She's set herself up to be that. She's espousing the values. If you want the true face of what that America's values are from the Democratic perspective, all you got to do is look at Michelle Wolf. Her perspective is being vile, being hatred, setting out and spewing vitriol toward those who are actually trying to help our country do exactly what you just shouted in those statistics, actually making sure our laws are enforced. My question for her is where do you want to draw the line? If you're claiming these are the qualifications for an ICE agent, it sounds like she would qualify because she's not thinking what she wants to say. She simply wants to be the Democratic Party spokesperson. If that's what she wants to do, get into politics, but her comedy's not funny, it's hurtful.